quickly get your details of what to expect from phase 1. Preeti did elucidate how important this particular phase is. You look at Saurashtra, you look at Kutch. The BJP hasn't fared as well as they were like to in the previous election in these two regions, which is why we say that what's happening right now, this phase, is perhaps the most crucial for the BJP. Now, if I were to open up the results that came in from these seats, we're looking at phase 1 right now. And look at the kind of seat distribution. This is the Saurashtra, Kutch as well as South Gujarat regions. And you can see of the 89 seats, the BJP won 48 of those. The Congress won 38 of those. The AAP, of course, had 0. What will be the AAP factor this time around? And if you see the distribution right now of the colors as well, it's sprinkled with saffron and blue representing the Congress. This is why we're saying that Saurashtra and Kutch are going to be two extremely important regions for the BJP. They're hoping that they will be able to change these particular colors the next time around and make it look completely saffron this time. But easier said than done. The Saurashtra region is something that most political parties are currently wary of. And I want to bring in Milind Sharma also on this. We're going to be discussing the key candidates in this phase. But before that, Milind Sharma is joining us live from Bhavnagar in Saurashtra region. Milind, Preeti took us through, in great detail the steps that are being taken right now by the BJP to kind of ensure that they can reach out to voters in Saurashtra. What do you think of those changes? Has it actually worked on the ground?
Yes. Well, picking up from that, I'm just going to add to what has already been discussed. The last time around when Gujarat witnessed elections, there was a massive outflow of the Patidar movement, which is why in Saurashtra, most of the Patidar community, and Saurashtra is 70% rural, heavily dominated by the Patidar community, switched to the Congress party, and that is how they got mammoth seats in this particular region. If you talk of regions of Somnath, because we've been covering throughout Saurashtra, I've travelled across right from Devbhoomi, Dwarka to Khambalia, from where Ishudan Gadvi is the CM candidate of Aam Aadmi Party, who's contesting from there, right till Jamnagar, where Rivaba Jadeja, who's the wife of cricketer Ravindra Jadeja, is contesting from there, right till Somnath. And from Somnath, we go all the way to Morbi, that has witnessed a horrific accident, and tragically 150 people have died. We go all the way to Rajkot, from Doraji, we go to Bhavnagar, everywhere. The only winning factor for the Congress this time around seems to be, Akshita, that the candidates that they had fielded the last time seem to have a voters connect. And that is something that the BJP already knows. The BJP has been talking about how the Congress has been silently campaigning while BJP had to do mammoth road shows and rallies. We saw the Prime Minister Narendra Modi come to Saurashtra 2 times, doing 4 rallies in 1 day.
He started his campaign
days.
there.
So that is the kind of challenge that the BJP is facing. Absolutely. He started it from Somnath, and then from Somnath he went all over Kutch, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, every area of Saurashtra and Amreli. And that seems to be the fighting might of BJP. The Patidar anger has somehow become less this time around. But of course, with Hardik Patel going into the BJP, there are some Patidar farmers who are miffed with the government. When it comes to Saurashtra, the issue of water is a huge problem. The water coming from Narmada Dam has not reached many places. That has people in trouble. And of course, when it comes to the politics of Saurashtra, the caste-based voter is a higher political angle here, because the Muslim population is lesser as compared to in areas of Ahmedabad, etc. So here
all of these challenges that you mentioned, Milind, it hasn't stopped the BJP in any way. They're still going all out, believing that they stand a very, very good chance in Saurashtra. I showed you what phase 1 currently looks like. Let's also focus on the region-wise and break it down to Saurashtra and Kutch right now. 2 extremely important areas that go to polls in phase 1. Now, if you look at the numbers here, Saurashtra and Kutch, 54 seats in all. And of these 54 seats, the BJP won only 23, whereas the Congress actually did better. If you look at really the numbers in Saurashtra and Kutch, 30 seats went with the Congress. And that right there is the biggest headache for the BJP. They're hoping that in Saurashtra they've done enough to get gains. But on the ground, we'll have to see if it works, because there are a number of factors, as our reporters also told us, that work here with regards to the caste. But let's also focus here on the VIPs, the candidates that you need to look out for in this particular election, in phase 1 at least. Let's begin with Arjun Modwadia, who is contesting from Porbandar. Why is this important? Because if you look at Porbandar, the BJP in the last election won by a wafer-thin margin. And there's a concern that this time around, it will mean more trouble for the BJP. So this is going to be a difficult contest, really, for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's get you some others as well. If you look at Tankara in Gujarat, why is this important? This is Morbi. And we know what's played out in Morbi with the bridge collapse. There is a concern that the BJP could face the impact of that in the elections. Our reporters on the ground have got your detailed ground reports from Morbi as well, showing the impact of the bridge collapse on this election. Gopal Italia, if you've tracked the news from Gujarat, you know that this man has been making news across because the BJP has been putting out one video after another. There is a reason for that. He's contesting from Katargam. He is someone. Now, the concern is for the BJP that this AAP leader, the Gujarat state chief, could actually split the Patidar vote, and that could obviously dent the BJP. So he is a big, big factor, and that's a seat to watch out for. Harsh Sanghvi, MOS Home, one of the youngest BJP candidates. It is expected that for him, things will be smooth sailing in Majura constituency. So that's expected to go his way. And then two more candidates that you need to know about in phase 1 is Sudan Gadhvi. It's the AAP Chief Minister phase. He is contesting from Khambhalia.